Well, you know what, guys? It's been nice. I had a good run. Had a good solid few days of being emotionally sound and grounded, meditating my fucking ass off. You know what? BPD be hitting this morning. No, I am unwell. Thanks for asking. I know that nobody is asking, why am I having goosebumps that are ripping my flesh off? God fucking damn it. Move, bitch. Sorry, you ever have like a good streak? Actually, this streak for me, it lasted a few weeks. A few really good solid weeks of being emotionally sound, feeling grounded, not being emotionally reactive. Like I've been like good. Like even things that would normally like send me spiraling, I'm like, you know what? Let me take a deep breath first. You know, like that has been me. Not today, bitch. I woke up full downward spiral. And I'm trying to tell myself that, you know what, that is intended because one, balance that's what life is about. Duh. It's about balance. But also because I can't be perfect all the time, because I need to give other people a fucking chance to also seem and be emotionally sound and solid. So I have to go off my rocker a little bit, because otherwise it wouldn't be fair for the rest of y'all, right? And I realize I'm gonna sound like I'm being a narcissist right now, but the only and you know what, I would maybe believe that. I would maybe let someone talk myself into thinking that I'm a narcissist, but the only reason why I know I'm not a narcissist is because I spend every waking moment of my day worrying that I'm a narcissist. So that's the trauma talking. So no, bitch, I'm not a fucking narc. I am, however, emotionally unavailable until my emotions become available, and then you're gonna wish I was emotionally unavailable, which is what I'm going through right now. I intentionally block emotion because I don't know how to feel it like a normal person. I don't know how to just feel like a normal amount. I don't know. It's like spaghetti. Oh my gosh, that's what it is. You know, like, first of all, okay, my brain is going in 500 different directions with this, but you know when like straight people are like, I'm straight, like I'm fucking straight, you know, like I'm not gay. Like they're almost like homophobic. They're so straight. But then it's like, yeah, well, you're also like spaghetti, because get a little hot and wet and you'll be getting pretty fucking gooey and bendy, you know? It's like that. What is like that? What? Oh, it's like when I make spaghetti, you know, like when you make spaghetti, you never know how much to make. Maybe that's just me. When I make spaghetti, I either make too much or too little. And obviously too little is not an option because I have 5 kids. And so I always end up making enough spaghetti for like having an entire family of 35 over. And I don't even have any family. So that is how I process emotions. It's true. It's very unfortunate, but true. My life is a series of unfortunate events. Ooh, those are good books. I need to go. Ooh, those are good books. I gotta get my kids on those, man. Where did those go? What is his name? What is it? Lemony Snicket's? Those were good books. Why does my eye look pink? Or is it that it doesn't look pink, it just looks... I just look different today. Am I splitting? No, I'm gonna cry. Please don't. I'm not splitting. It is okay to have a rough morning. Okay, now we're gonna start the affirmations, okay? We're gonna start the Wednesday affirmations because I want to fall apart. I feel like a dumbass. I'm not good with in between. I'm not good with in between, and I think I'm having a really hard time with that because it's like I'm either good or I'm not. I'm either emotionally okay or I'm not. Even when I'm going through like emotions that are hard and not okay, I'm either okay with it or I'm not. I don't know how to do in between. Like with anything. I either like something and I'm like all in, like fucking hyper focused, special interest on it, or I'm apathetic and don't give a shit and can't give it the time of day. And I hate that that's how I am with my relationships with people, and it rubs people the wrong way and it seems inauthentic, and I fucking hate that. And I don't know how to not be all in all the time. It's exhausting. I don't know how to be emotionally balanced. I don't know how to feel my emotions and be emotionally balanced, because I think I'm realizing this morning that I thought I was okay I thought I've been doing a good job. And really, I don't think I have been. I think it's that I've just been covering up insecurity and anxiety with telling myself I'm fine. And that's not the same thing. And I'm like today years old when I'm realizing that. But like, I'm not fine. And when I say that, I can even feel my all or nothing thinking, like even hitting like, during that, like, when I said I'm not fine, and then I'm like looking around and I'm like, I am fine. Like, physically, materialistically, financially, like, safety, I am fine. Emotionally, I'm not fucking fine, and why does that make it feel like everything is not fine? When I am, like, so fucking blessed, I have my shit together, I have a business, I have a career, I have my kids, we're healthy. I was gonna say we're happy. We're not fucking happy, but we're healthy, and we're okay. But why am I still not allowing myself to be emotionally not okay? Because it's like, I can't be okay and also not okay at the same time, when I need to be able to do that. Like, I need to be able to, like, have a hard morning and feel emotional, or get my feelings hurt, or, like, go through something and, like, feel, gosh, I missed my follow-up Botox appointment where they were gonna touch this up, but my kids were sick the day I missed it, and now my forehead looks all denty and fucking stupid. Dude, I'm having a crash out. I'm crashing out this fucking hump day. I think I'm realizing I don't know how to be minorly inconvenienced. And if that sounds really dumb, but, and I was talking about this yesterday. I made a video. I didn't post it because I'm working on something behind the scenes that I'm not posting all of my content right now. But I had talked about how it's weird, it's confusing kind of, because the big, large, major, stressful events of my life are simmering down. Things are settling down, right? Like, Steven is accounted for. I'm not feeling fearful in that way anymore, at least temporarily, until he gets out. You know, like, the business is operating well. Financially, I'm blessed. I have relationships in my life. I have people, I have connections that I'm building that are obviously, like, new, like, friendships and, like, relationships and, like, people, like new connections that I'm building that are like I'm just like, I'm okay, like, I'm in a good spot, like, logistically, like, I look around, like, I know I am, but the minor inconveniences are, like, hitting me harder and feeling harder to emotionally process. And I'm always so hard on myself that this is really hard. Like, I don't know why I feel like I need permission to feel anything. Like, I feel like I'm always asking for permission to be happy, asking for permission to do the things I enjoy, asking for permission to take time for myself, asking for permission to love, asking for permission to, like, give love, asking for permission to, like, express how I feel, asking for permission to even have feelings in general. And, like, I don't know who I'm asking. I don't know why. I hate that my forehead, I look fucking like a what the fuck kind of bionic forehead is that? Fuck, I need Botox. What the fuck? I needed this crash out this morning because I guess I needed to touch grass a little bit and remind myself that, you know, I can't just take all the glory all the time. I can't just let this glow. Look at how glowy and dewy my skin is. Look at how beautiful and sparkly my eyes are. Look at how wonderfully the silver grays highlight in the sun. I can't just be so in love with all of that shit. You know, I needed to touch grass a little bit, I think. I needed to give someone else a chance. No, I'm kidding. I cringe when I say that shit. I think this is the most real video I've ever made. And I've always thought I've been real before. I mean, I always have been. Why does my eye look like that? I think maybe I poked myself in the eye or something. But, like, my eye looks all red and weird. What the fuck? Wow, this is a journey. And not that it's about labels or, like, diagnoses or anything like that, but I'm really seeing, like, the autism traits and ADHD, like the emotional dysregulation. So I'm getting my notifications are going off about work and kids' school, and I guess now this is going to touch on why I cringe saying this, but why labels and diagnoses can sometimes be important, but obviously in balance. Not in a way of, like, getting someone off the hook for accountability to themselves and their emotions and stuff and their regulation, but this crash out in the back of my mind, I'm watching it and I'm seeing it for what it is, as this is what comes with emotional dysregulation and rejection sensitive dysphoria of ADHD and autism and the minor inconveniences that people on the spectrum struggle with, and it's not from a place of being picky or trying to be difficult. It's just something about like plans changing at the last minute, or something not going how you thought, that can just make you fucking lose your mind. And it's really hard because as an emotionally sound, as a typically level-headed person who, I mean, obviously I could always be more aware and I could always be more evolved, but I know that I am very self-aware and very intelligent, and it's hard to be that person. It's hard to know that about myself and then have moments like this where I'm not, and have grace for myself, because I want to beat myself up and just be like, wow, I'm such a fucking dumbass idiot. Like, this is so stupid. I'm pathetic. And I know it can get annoying for people who don't understand, like, the whole late diagnosis of autism or ADHD thing. Like, I know that that's annoying for people who don't get it, but it is really important, because it's the only reason why I've been able to, like, give myself grace and not hate this out of myself, right? Because when we see someone who is maybe low masking, like someone who you meet them and you just, everyone knows they're on the spectrum. It's obvious. They're low masking. We give them grace. We understand when they are emotionally dysregulated, or when they have struggles with overcoming a change of plans, or rejection sensitive things, or feeling rigid, or the black and white all or nothing thinking. Like, we give those people grace and accommodations. But I think that the hard part is when you are high masking, and then you've also lived your entire life not knowing that you're autistic or have ADHD, and you're not giving yourself that grace that you would if you saw the same person who has autism or ADHD acting that way. And that's why those things are important. And I know, I get it. I get the whole labels and like, oh, once you're diagnosed, you're suddenly different, and then now you're unmasking and you're seeming more autistic, and like, I understand all of that, but like, this is why it's important, is because like, I'm allowed to struggle too. And I don't say that like I need to convince anyone else. I say that because I have to convince myself, like, I'm allowed to struggle. I'm allowed to need accommodations. Oh my gosh, and then that goes back to like the needing permission. It's like, I just feel like I need permission to exist, and I'm so sick of it. What the fuck? This is fucked up. This was not in my cards for this morning, and I'm fucking mad, and I'm having a hard time because I just want to go home, and I want to go inside and literally just bed rot and just fucking, like, my entire day feels ruined. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna live today, and that feels insane because, like I said, I'm self-aware and I full well know how I'm sounding right now, but I also full well know that it's valid and that I'm okay. It's okay for me to have moments like this, and it doesn't mean that I'm backsliding. I guess I'm having to like say it out loud. My fucking bionic forehead is pissing me the fuck off, but I guess it's like I need to just say it out loud because I'm trying to affirm for myself that, like, I can have a morning like this, and it doesn't mean that I'm backsliding. It doesn't mean that I'm any less worthy than I was yesterday. It doesn't mean that I'm any less self-aware or intelligent or evolved than I was yesterday. It doesn't mean I'm not trying hard enough. It doesn't mean I need to do better. If anything, it just means I need to give myself a break. Fuck. Oh, what a trip, dude. Just want a hug. I don't think... You know, the shit that I post is intentionally very real. And I don't know, now that I'm looking, I'm comparing this, I think that I've never been more real. And there's a vulnerability in that. And if this happens to get posted, because there's a chance I might just keep it for me, I might even delete it, I don't know. I guess I'm posting it because I feel like I'm doing that in knowing that that people could look at, I could look like a lunatic, I could look like a crybaby, I could look like I'm playing victim, but if that is your take on it, I'm not posting it for you, and that's fine. Just move on. I guess if anything, the reason why I would post something like this is because I would be someone who would need to see something like this right now to feel like I'm not so psychotic and out there. Because, like, I have my shit together. For the first time in my entire life, I have my shit together. And I feel like I'm losing my shit more than ever. emotionally. And that's really weird for me. Like, the balance of that is really hard for me to grasp. I feel like it's gotta always be one or the other. And, like, that's why, like, it, like, diagnosing, like, or, like, recognizing traits of being on the spectrum or being neurodivergent, having ADHD, like, all of that stuff, that's why that is important. It's not to, like, give someone a write-off or a pass, or, like, to put a label or to separate you from someone else, like, to separate us from, like, oh, well, I'm you know, neurotypical versus neurodivergent. Oh, I'm autistic, so I get this accommodation. It's not about that. But it's important in the self-discovery process, in learning to love yourself and learning to be okay with just how you are and just however that comes. Because this is how I come, apparently. This is, you know, and I need to be okay with that, because there's nothing wrong with that. Because I also know that yesterday I was a fucking badass bitch handling my shit. And, I guess I need to say out loud, because it's an affirmation, that I still can be that today. I can still, it's 9:37 in the morning. I can go in and take a shower and calm down and eat and maybe do something in the next hour or two, and maybe by noon be back to being that badass bitch that has her shit together. Okay. I'm gonna try that. It's 9:38. That gives me 2 hours and 12 minutes. No, 2 hours and 22 minutes. 222. Well, that's significant. Anyways, I'll check back in at noon. I realize that this is, there's people who are like, I hate when people post videos of them crying online. Well, I didn't intend on crying, bitch, but I guess, you know what, we can't plan everything. I'll try and pencil in my crying session for a time when I'm not recording, and a time when no one can view it. Fuck off. Disrespectfully. Let me heal the way I need to. Fuck! My fucking bionic forehead is pissed. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a walk-in. Yeah. I look like a hairball spit out from someone from Mars. Like, I look like someone has traveled 5 billion years in a fucking little space portal and been spit out, and their vortex, some sort of a vortex, like, warped them, and somehow they ended up crashing into fucking Earth, and they stumble out of their little fucking bionic little pokeball shit, and this is what coughs up out of it. This. I look like, have you seen that, like the little It thing on Barnyard, that old movie? The little hairy thing that jumps around? I look like that. Yeah, fuck off if you're having to have anything to say. This is how I come. This is how I come. Oh my gosh. I'm so mentally ill. I'm so ill. Down with the sickness. Yeah. No, actually, you know what I'm going to tell you? You know what I'm going to tell you? Is that that's what the agenda wants you to think. Society is framed so that this is what looks to be mental illness. No, this is fucking real life. This is real life. This is me in my authentic form. And no, that's not an illness. And actually, at that part, I'm proud, because I'm not convincing myself when I say it. I'm saying it to not even convince you either, but to tell you. And whether you want to believe that or not is your own fucking deal, but pull your head out of your ass regardless, and you'll see the truth, I guess. So, yeah, that always helps me feel better. That's the trick, is when you crash out, and then end it with hating, or end it with blaming the fucking system. Because it's broken. What system? All systems. All systems. Starting with my regulatory, my nervous system and my emotional regulatory system. Those are broken. But they were first broke by the man-made system. And I think that that's important for people to understand, because we aren't as ill as we're being groomed to think. We're not as ill as the norm is to think. This is not mental illness. This is authenticity and healthy processing. And the fact that when you share that with somebody, and you have to feel fearful of, wow, they're gonna think I'm psychotic or unhinged, or I need to be impatient, or people are gonna judge, or whatever, that is literally what is fucking wrong with the entire humanity as a whole. That is why we're failing. So, not that I'm trying to be this holier than thou, like, oh, I'm gonna bless everybody with my authenticity today, and I'm gonna show a video of me crying and processing emotion because I was chosen to do that. I'm not trying to sound like that, but at the same time, people do need to start being braver to just be fucking real. If that's gonna make people who are scrolling on your fucking TikTok, if someone's gonna scroll on this and feel uncomfortable by what they just witnessed, good. Keep scrolling or internalize that shit. Those are your options. And now I feel decently better. I'm gonna shove my face in this fucking burrito because I got so emotional that for a minute I forgot I had bought this. And that is just blasphemy in itself, to forget I have a breakfast burrito. I got so emotional. What the fuck is wrong with me? Nothing is, but you know what I mean. I need to play that song though. Oh, down with the sickness. Anyways, that was, yeah, bye.